Coming up on Mountain News this morning, new statistics regarding crashes on the stretch of Kentucky 15 and Hazard under construction.
And a Louisville man is charged with assault after police say he attacked a Jefferson County school bus driver.
Plus, students gathered around flagpoles before classes started Tuesday morning to join together in prayer.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:01. I'm Will Puckett.
And I'm Madison Pergram.
Well, thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Madison, another tolerable start to the day today.
It was. And I mean, yesterday morning we definitely could use a light jacket. And this morning we probably could too.
Yeah, depending on how you react to a little bit of chillier weather, you might want a jacket before you head to work or take your kids out to the school bus stop. Brandon is in this morning as Kelly has today and tomorrow off. We only have him for one day, but we're thankful he's here on this Friday Eve. And Brandon, what are we looking at on this Thursday?
Listen, it's going to be a fantastic day temperature-wise. Now, we do see some much-needed rain chances, at least for some. We'll take a look at that more in depth here with models in just a minute. But right now, current conditions, live pinpoint Doppler radar, just after 6 o'clock. We're going to take a look at one little area down toward Lake Cumberland where we're starting to see some activity, especially just north of Williamsburg and out toward Pine Knot there in McCreary County, some heavier bands of rain, so we'll keep an eye on that. That's basically the only game in town right now. 59 in Harlan, 64 Williamsburg, 65 Ashland, but 72 just down I-64 Moorhead, 70 in Prestonsburg this morning, and it's 20 degrees warmer in Prestonsburg than it was this time yesterday, 20 in Richmond, 15 degrees warmer in London, and 22 degrees warmer in Somerset. Your headlines for today: rain chances will be around off and on throughout most of the day. More heat builds in as we head toward the weekend, and then we dry back out, unfortunately, as we head into next week. The rest of the forecast, including when those rain chances could pick up, coming up here in just a little bit.
All righty, Brandon. Thank you, sir. Well, last night we got new statistics regarding crashes on the stretch of Kentucky 15 and Hazard under construction.
Some see the numbers as staggering, while others say it's no surprise.
I talked to a woman who lives in the area and is wondering if this is all worth it.
This stretch of Highway 15 causes many people headaches.
Hectic, very hectic. It's a mess, actually.
Behind Melissa West, you can see the Kentucky 15 construction project.
It starts about 4 o'clock every morning and it don't end till about, I'd say around 5 every evening.
An early wake-up call for West is not the problem.
It's always back to back, and there's a constant wreck. You always having to watch how you're going.
New numbers by Hazard Police shows nearly 20 crashes a month happening on this stretch of road.
I believe that, if not more.
From speeders to distracted drivers, everyone has a story.
My father-in-law almost got hit coming out of Cherokee Hills, and then the lights, last week it was, I think 3 mornings straight, the lights was flashing.
With close calls,
So, not really, no.
West is now questioning whether the new road will be worth it.
Now, Transportation Cabinet officials remind everyone to be on the lookout in construction areas. The project is expected to be fully completed in the fall of next year.
911 officials in Perry County are warning of a phone scam. They tell us someone with a caller ID of 911 is calling people and demanding credit card information. Emergency officials will never and have no reason to ask for your credit card info. Anyone who receives these calls is asked to report them to their local law enforcement agency.
Well, we have more pictures in a Hazard theft case this morning. Last night, we received security photos of a man believed to have stolen a UTV. Here is the picture. Investigators believe this man you see on your screen stole a Polaris RZR from YPK Motorsports Tuesday morning in Hazard. This is video of a similar looking UTV. The business is offering a reward of $2,500. There is the similar looking UTV. For information leading to an arrest, anyone with that information can call Hazard Police.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers in Louisville say they seized tens of millions of dollars worth of counterfeit jewelry. This all happening at the UPS Worldport over the last several months. The bust included phony name brand jewelry that would be worth more than $90 million if it were real. In July, officers seized 3 large shipments of counterfeit bracelets totaling more than $42 million. And in September, another 5 shipments came through worth around $48 million.
A Louisville man is charged with assault after police say he attacked a Jefferson County school bus driver. Police say Cecil Snowden punched the driver in the head multiple times. According to his arrest citation, Snowden's daughter was kicked off that bus earlier in the day after an altercation with another student. Police say when the bus got to his daughter's stop, Snowden and his son attacked the driver.
Did all the protocols that they're taught to do. My understanding was the young man got mad, punched the bus driver. The bus driver defended himself, and they stumbled out of the well of the bus. And then the father jumped on the bus driver as well as the son, and they physically assaulted him, kicked him, punched him.
The incident happened back in August, but the bus driver is still recovering from a broken nose, bruised jaw, and a concussion.
One Kentucky school superintendent was indicted on an attempted bribery charge. The State Journal reports 48-year-old Mark Kopp was indicted Tuesday on a misdemeanor charge of attempted bribery of a public servant. The details surrounding the bribe are unclear. The indictment says the Franklin County superintendent intentionally engaged in conduct related to attempted bribery. Kopp says he has no idea what the premise is of the indictment and does not have a comment.
Next week, we expect the State Department of Education to release last year's statewide test scores. State officials anticipate those to come out on Tuesday, October 1st. For the first time, the state's public schools will be rated with 1 to 5 stars, with 5 being the highest performing. The new system does not rely solely on students' proficiency on state standardized examinations.
And later today, people in eastern Kentucky will be able to give their opinions on how to improve Kentucky's foster care system. The Administrative Office of the Courts invited the public to attend a regional community forum on improving foster care in the state. Findings from these forums will be reported to the Kentucky Citizen Foster Care Review Board, who will then send recommendations to our state government. Tonight's forum is at the Appalachian Wireless Arena, formerly known as the East Kentucky Expo Center, in Pikeville from 5:30 to 7.
Well, students gather around flagpoles before classes started Tuesday morning for the global See You at the Pole event during the Student Week of Prayer.
WYMT's Hannah Reynolds talked to students in Laurel County about what this means to them.
A chance to unify.
Lord, but to reach to what matters, Lord, and that you guide us through life and help us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
The See You at the Pole rally brings students together to pray for their schools and the students in them.
We pray over them. We pray about them. If they have prayer requests, they can come to us. We just want to be reliable.
The annual event came just days after Governor Matt Bevin signed House Bill 166, designating the last Wednesday of September as Day of Prayer. It is part of a bigger picture, students encouraging others in their Christian faith year-round. More students are turning to faith-based clubs in their schools because of the safety threats rising each year.
I feel like the students are a lot more aware now that they need to be praying for their schools and their administrators, and it needs to be a safe place that they can come.
Encouraging their schools one prayer at a time. In Laurel County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
The Worldwide Student Week of Prayer continues through Friday.
A token of appreciation for veterans. Yesterday, the Eastern Kentucky Veterans Center gave out gratitude boxes to bedridden patients. They are full of notes, decorations, stuffed animals, and much more. The VFW donated many of the items inside. Chaplain Tammy Schmidt says the veterans who are able to go out in the public get thanked, but the ones bedridden are often forgotten.
A lot of them really struggle with the idea of having a purpose. Well, if I can't do anything, they think, then I'm no use to anyone. And part of these gifts here, we want them to recognize that they still have a purpose. It may not be the same 20 years ago.
By the end of the day, they gave out 57 boxes.
A little bit of rain trying to get its act together this morning, but as we head deeper into the day, we should see a little bit more. You're seeing the last 6 hours of the satellite radar loop and a little bit of green showing up there into southern Kentucky at the end of it. Temperatures 72 Moorhead, 59 in Harlan, so a tale of two basically regions this morning depending on where you are. Coffee meter for a lot of folks, it's a normal day. For me, since I'll be all over the place today, it's all the coffee. So just if you see me today, just put a cup of coffee in my hand and we'll be all right. Day plan winter. We're going to see temperatures a little cool this morning in spots, getting up into the upper 70s by later today. Those rain chances, the best we'll see in the next few days, but unfortunately not enough to maybe help us with our drought situation. We'll have those new numbers coming up later today.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for joining Mountain News this morning.
More news is on the way.
For members of the Big Blue Nation, camping out for tickets to Big Blue Madness is tradition. We took a look at that tradition in action.
And a lawsuit filed by a group of students claims the University of Kentucky discriminates against female athletes.